What's going on, everybody? So, I recently did a video and talking about how to present your offers to your sellers. I kind of want to build on that and piggyback off that, if we may, and talk specifically now about making sub two offers. So, this is something you ain't gonna want to miss. All right. Now, of course, I'm going to do the ads. Please like, subscribe, share, all that amazing stuff. Right now, let's jump right into the content because I want to be valuable or mindful of your time. Excuse me. So let me not assume that you know what a sub two is. So let me just kind of break that down briefly. So what a sub two is when we are uh, offering to take over the seller's payments. So basically, this is we're purchasing the property subject to the existing mortgage, the existing financing that is currently in place, right? So if you currently own a house, I could literally buy your house and close on it at the title company with your loan in place, right? You could do the same thing for my house, right? So basically, that's what a sub two is. So how do we make this offer to the sellers? Number one, I'll say I always start with my cash offer using my golden formula. 70% of the ARV minus repairs, right? And let's say, for example, that when I do that calculation and I run my golden formula, my offer comes in at around $70,000, right? For simple math. And then let's say the seller comes back to me and says, "Hey, Clifford, that doesn't work for me because guess what? I owe $80,000 on the property, or I owe $85,000 on the property." Well, this is where I start to offer sub two. And this is how I'm going to say it. And I'm going to tee it up. So when that seller comes back and tells me that that doesn't work, I'll say, "Well, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, in some cases like this, not all, some, we have been able to take over the payments. Is that something that you're open to?" Just like that, it's teed up, right? I'm not going in here trying to say fancy real estate jargon like, "Hey, Mr. Seller, would you be open to us purchasing the property subject to the existing financing?" Right? Like that, nobody can relate to that. I just simply break it down in simple terms. Would you be open to us taking over the payments? Yes or no? Right? Now, here's the thing. The seller's going to say yes or no. Or what does that look like, Clifford? And this is how I personally describe it to the sellers. Okay. I'll say, "Well, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller, when we take over the payments, there has some pros and cons. Not really cons, it just depends how you look at it. So when we go to the closing table, I want you to know that the current loan or mortgage that you negotiated when you first bought the house stays in place." Okay. So, what this means is we are actually going to be responsible from that point forward, making those payments on your behalf. Okay. Now, you're not going to own the house. You're not going to have to worry about those payments. You're going to get all the documentation at closing stating that you are not responsible for that. And so we will just be responsible for taking over those payments. Now, the good thing is we get to close on this house. You don't have to worry about bringing anything to the closing table. Right now, the bad thing, and again, this isn't really a bad thing, is I want you to know that that loan will stay in place. So let's say, for example, Mr. Seller, that you negotiated a 30-year loan on your property and there's, you know, 22 years left remaining. Well, guess what? That loan stays in place. We cannot change any of that, right? Now, the good thing is that we'll continue to make those payments. So it'll boost your credit score. It'll help you out in those areas. So you don't have to worry about that. How does that sound? And that's my tee up. That's literally my whole pitch to those sellers. Now, there's a few things that I actually want to point out in this conversation, and I hope this is educational and really helping you to understand kind of the psychology. I want them to know that we are closing on this house. that we're going to a title company. I'm trying to emphasize on that they no longer own the home. They have no rights, no say so, nothing to do with that property once we close on that house. Nothing at all. Okay. That's number one. Number two, if you noticed in here, I told them that whatever terms that they negotiated when they bought the house, I specifically use that line, but because it puts things in perspective for sellers to know that, you know what, I did agree to a 30-year loan. I did agree to a 20-year loan or 15 or whatever it may be, right? And so when I put that on their laps like that, it's like, oh yeah, I did negotiate that. And so, man, I guess that has to stay in place because that's what I negotiated, right? So they're kind of taking a little bit of ownership or accountability there, right? So that's why I tee it up in that way. Now, could we sell that house and pay that loan off sooner? Yes. Could we do other things and refinance out of that if we wanted to at a later date and time? Yes. But I don't want to say that, okay? Because I want them to expect that loan to stay in place, right? So they're not hounding me or anything like that. So that's basically how I tee up a sub-2 offer for my seller. So remember, make your cash offer. If the cash offer doesn't work, come back and try a sub-2 offer and let me know how that goes. And then also in the comments below, let me know if this was helpful. If you want some more videos like this, I can share with you how I pitch the different strategies from sub-2, novation, seller financing, right? There's a lot of different little tweaks that I make in my conversations with the sellers based on the strategy per se. Okay. But leave in the comments if you thought this was helpful, but y'all have a beautifully blessed day. I see you soon.